passion.
Hello and welcome to the Full Nelson Press podcast. This is episode 4. We are recording on August 14th. I am the creator of the Full Nelson Press, the unofficial WWE webcomic. My name is Brandon Kirkpatrick. You can find me on Twitter. I'm Johnny, JONNY_Tango. Today I am again not with Pete. He's a punk. I don't know what happened to him. He's dead to me. That's not true. He'll probably be here next week. I don't know. But today, I'm with, again, another wrestling artist. He joins me. He's the creator of the Facebook page Wrestling Cartoons. He goes by the persona of Ed the Cartoonist. You can follow him on Twitter on HERR_OPA, OPA. And, of course, you can follow the website for the Full Nelson Press at TFNP. Ed, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic.
Oh, shit, wait. I was supposed...
You were going to have an intro? Nope. No.
Yeah, I was gonna play entrance music for myself.
All right, go for it right now.
There you go.
Is that Sin Cara? I don't know what that is.
Come on! Don't tell me you don't recognize it.
I know it.
Okay,
I got it.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, for those that are listening, the last time I was here, I played a bunch of WWE themes, and Brendan didn't know any of them.
None of them. Absolutely none of them.
None of them.
I felt so stupid.
What about the other guy? Did he listen to them?
Pete, no. And I called him out on it because he needed to listen to it and still has not. He is the most useless co-host I have had in my life, and I could say that because I know he won't listen to this one either.
That's good.
Yes, yes.
Good. That's pretty cool.
Right. So we are going to be talking about wrestling mostly. We've kind of just, I don't know. I feel like we've already beaten. It's like beating a dead horse right now with SummerSlam. We've kind of just talked about everything. So I thought we'd just kind of just talk about a couple funny things. I don't even know if this is going to be a full hour episode. We're just going to kind of play it by ear. But I'm willing to try out some more of these the songs of yours and just be horrendous at guessing them.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. But yeah, I agree. We could just like Stone Cold Steve Austin. We could just shoot the shit.
Right.
Let's see where it goes.
Right. So I guess we'll just start with Raw. First of all, the only thing I can really think first that was kind of memorable was the triple threat match between Cesaro, Orton, and Owens was amazing. Is the word that comes to my phrase. The only thing that bothered me was the Cesaro's ass. Immediately you saw him hanging on the ropes, and because it's an HD, you just get to see a big old hairy Cesaro ass.
Really? I actually didn't watch that match. I don't know.
Oh my god, it was amazing. It was the best. It was pretty good. The one thing I thought was really funny was there is the Cesaro section.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I saw one guy holding a sign that said the Sbarro Section, and I laughed
that's where that
off
is?
the couch. It was hilarious.
Oh, that's where that comes from, because I was on Reddit and somebody posted that, and I was like, I wonder what that's referring to. Because yeah, I tried to watch Raw. I was able to catch a little bit of it. I saw the beginning. I watched Seth Rollins' promo, actually the whole thing until Triple H came out and all that. But then I couldn't watch anything else. But yeah, but I was wondering where that Sbarro thing came from. So that's where that comes from. Then.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. Next was the Rusev face.
Yes, and actually, yeah. After the show ended, I was able to go to usually I'll go on YouTube and I'll just type WWE and I'll watch the very few videos that I have on there.
Sure.
Which, by the way, can I have a mini rant right here?
Absolutely.
My mini rant. Okay, this is towards the WWE, hoping they'll probably hear this and
they will
make
not listen to this. No.
I know. But
I want to say,
right?
I just want to just my own rant right now.
Go ahead.
We are doing episode 4 right now, and we have about 6 viewers. So, sorry, Mom, but I am achieving in life. So there you go.
That's cool. It's cool by me. Okay, so on to my mini rant. Okay, so like I said, sometimes I'll catch Raw. Like somebody will put a full fucking 2-hour show on YouTube, but until then I have to make do with whatever WWE puts on YouTube, which isn't a whole lot. And then it's funny because for example, this past Monday, Daniel Bryan came back, right? He came back to Miss TV and all that sort of
Oh my
stuff.
god, it was so useless. I don't even know what he was there for. We get it. You have a fucking book. Like I'm done with Debray. Unless he's coming out to like wrestle, which even if the guy wrestles, I doubt he will ever hold a title again.
Oh
That
yeah,
man
yeah,
is
I
gonna
doubt it.
be a
So,
part timer because he cannot do it. He can't do it. He's done.
yep.
If he
And I,
comes back, he is gonna complete restrictions. He's gonna be
yep.
coming back like Stone Cold Steve Austin's last
Right.
run, where
That's
it's
what I
gonna
was gonna
be
say.
like
Yep.
Daniel Bryan is gonna fucking be the referee of every SummerSlam Survivor Series and WrestleMania for the next 3 years.
But hey, if he pisses on Arn Anderson, I'm fine with that.
Absolutely.
But yeah, just to finish quickly with my rant. Okay, so Daniel Bryan comes back. Okay, I agree with what you're saying. He might not wrestle again for the title. He might not be or he might not be a champion again. But I mean, the guy has a huge following, and they're in fucking Washington State. And so, what does WWE on YouTube do? They play the video from the point that he is in the fucking ring. Why the fuck? Why don't they just, I mean, put the entrance in there? They never do that. Every time there's a big return or a huge pop where the crowd just goes crazy, you would think that would help them in terms of people actually getting excited for things. But no, they just play the video from the boring point. I'm like, I clicked the video, I saw Daniel Bryan on the ring, and I was like, this is boring. I don't want to fucking watch this, and I closed it. So yeah, that's my
You're
little
right,
rant.
and I think that's because how they do promos. WWE thinks when a promo is done, they think of it as breaking news. You know what I mean? Like anytime some promo is out, the next day you're gonna see it on like their Facebook page or Twitter, or be like Daniel Bryan just made the greatest interview of all time on our Raw,
Yeah.
and you go there and it's just the interview. They don't think of it like how the viewer thinks of it in the sense of this is cinematography for me. I'm watching, I'm enjoying everything from the beginning to the end part of it, which I
And
think
hey,
is one of the problems WWE is just in their own bubble about.
yep. Yeah. And hey, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I don't know if this is just me, but a great part of why I watched WWE is because, crowd reactions, that's a huge part of it, which is, I mean, sorely lacking in today's product.
Oh,
But,
absolutely.
and then when they do have it, they don't fucking put it on YouTube. I go on YouTube, I say, oh, let's say Jericho returns. Oh, that'll be a huge pop. Okay, I
Right.
click on the video, and then nothing. It starts from the point where it's in the fucking ring. Why the
Well,
fuck did you do that?
Well, I think and the problem is they're just completely not acknowledging that at all. I mean, how many times do we see where returns come back where it should have been a surprise return? They should have
Yep.
had like a mystery opponent. They should always use the mystery opponent a gimmick. They should
Yep.
always use it. If that means that anytime I see a mystery gimmick, I'm thinking somebody is coming back, then I don't care. I'm excited to see who is coming back. Whether
Exactly.
it's
You tune in.
because even if it's Miz, that I'm pissed off and it gets him heat. If it's Rob Van Dam, that it's like fucking A, Rob Van Dam's in Money in the Bank. You don't need to
Yep.
post that a month in advance. I'm still gonna watch the fucking pay-per-view. I just think they should. Those pops is what helps the deadest arena you could have. You could send them anywhere and have somebody just make a surprise return, even if it's like for a
Right.
one-nighter or if she's just coming back for 3 months or just for a pay-per-view. They don't do that anymore. It's all this breaking news. So and so is returning in 3 weeks. Make sure you watch Raw in 3 weeks. Well, fuck, I'm gonna watch Raw in 3 weeks regardless.
Yeah, that's what happened with Batista when he came back.
Hmm.
It's
Right.
like, although I think there was some news about somebody spoiling it for some live event or something like that, but
Hmm.
at the same time, it's like, well, I mean, just try to keep it under wraps as much as possible.
Right.
Batista return at the Royal Rumble, or I
Right.
mean, even the pay per view before that. No, actually, no, he returned at the Royal Rumble. It was, that return would have been huge. And think about it. All the other times that the Royal Rumble has had an unexpected return, even John Cena in 2008, nobody expected him.
Right.
And even when his music hit, everybody went wild, and then they proceeded to go through the normal routine, which is boo the fuck out of him. But that instant, that surprise, that excitement, they don't focus on these things
Right.
anymore.
The last time I saw a big pop was when Chris Jericho returned as the number one entrance or number two entrance in the Royal Rumble. That
Yep.
was a huge because even though he had just been gone very shortly, it was crazy to see him just come back out of nowhere, and it
Yep.
was great. Um, and I was onto something else, but I completely forgot what it was. Um, oh darn it. Anyways,
Okay.
so we're getting back. Is there still more to this rant about your YouTube? I mean, I get it. You're right. There is definitely problems with how they do their YouTube. They portray themselves as breaking news. I
Yeah.
really think.
Well, yeah. Let's just keep rolling because there's enough people in the internet that'll complain about WWE. So I mean,
Absolutely. So
let's just keep
something
moving.
something that is amazing is the Rusev face flag. I don't know
Yes.
who thought of this, but this is the greatest thing of all time.
Greatest
I
thing
want
of
a
all time.
T-shirt of this. I want a T-shirt of just the full flag, like the shirt, but then like this cropped out picture of Rusev just right on the side of it with like the deal with it glasses on them.
Oh
Like
yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I want.
The
If
pixelated
only we knew
glasses.
people who could draw that and just make it a thing, it'd be amazing.
Oh yeah, I mean, but it's so hard to find people that can draw
Mhm.
around here,
Mhm.
you know.
Right. So what do you think of the Rusev face?
Have you seen his Twitter today?
No, but his Twitter is golden. Every time he
Like,
tweets something, like when he was stalking Lana before, which was hilarious. Like he just was posting the funniest things about him stalking Lana all over the place. It's fucking hilarious.
yep, yeah, and I liked how he he'll post something like, actually, I'm gonna share my screen here so you can see it. Can you see my screen?
Oh yeah, the Star Trooper one. That's hilarious.
Trooper, that's
Oh,
fucking
that's
amazing.
hilarious.
And then yeah, but the one that actually made me laugh a lot. I mean, and there's a quite a few of those. Like there's like he retweeted pictures of like football players holding that flag with his face on it and a bunch
Sure.
of things. But the one that's really funny is there's one with JBL on it, the Beatles, all that. It's hilarious. It'll probably become a meme which WWE will cash on 3 years from now because you know
Right.
how they are with these things.
Right.
But oh, the Mario one is hilarious. Like
Yes.
Mario jumping towards the flag and the guy in
Oh,
the moon. Yeah, but anyways, the one I wanted to, I was scrolling through his Twitter earlier today, and the one I liked a lot was this one. The one that says, like, it's his homage to Roddy Piper,
oh
and then
yes,
he
yes.
he puts a picture of Roddy Piper, Lana, and himself. Obviously, when Lana and him were still, together in WWE, and then he writes, "Last Piper Pit, me, Cold Fish, Lana WWE, and the Hot Rod." I like how he's always calling her Cold Fish and
Mhm.
Stupid Cow and things like that.
Mhm.
It's hilarious.
Mhm.
I love his character right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I think his character is on fire right now. I think right now is a good time to put a title on Rusev and let him run with the IC title. That's
Yep,
what Rusev needs right now is the IC title. Who has the IC title right now?
Ryback.
Ryback. See, that's how forgettable it is. I think someone has had to remind me every show we've done who has the IC title because
Yep,
that whole thing with the Miz and Big Show and Rusev was great once, but now because of Rusev getting or Ryback getting injured and us having to deal with this feud for 2 months, I just don't care anymore. I just
yep,
want it done. The match itself is probably going to be good, at least comical in some way, with the Miz being in there with. I expect nothing from the Big Slow. But I have faith in something Ryback will do. No matter if it's funny or not, he's probably still going to hurt somebody.
yep. And then Miss is just gonna get take the what do you call it, like the blunt of it. He's gonna take the
Right.
slaps from the Big Show in the chest, and then the
Hmm.
meat hook from Ryback, shell shock, and all that sort of stuff. Which I mean, it'll be a fun match, I
Right.
think.
Well, who do you think is going to win that one?
I'm thinking Ryback actually.
Mm, I want Ryback to win it. I really do, but I think Miz is going to walk away with a heel finish, a
Do
dirty
you think so?
finish, in the
Okay.
sense of like, oh my God, Ryback just like does this weird spear clothesline thing he does to Big
Yeah.
Show like
And then they're
three
both knocked
times.
out or something.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then he knocks him out, and then Miz just comes in there and gets this quick steal. Because if they do that, then that means next month it's just gonna be Miz and Ryback, or hell, they'll still just throw Big Show in there because he's got nothing going on Monday nights.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to even talk about the Big Show. I mean, I'm not on the bandwagon of please retire or anything like that. I mean, I think if the guy's useful and all that, okay, fine. If he still wants to do it, okay, fine. But I think I don't know. I have a certain level of like sympathy towards Ryback. Like I'd like for him to be successful. I don't know why.
I absolutely
I
agree. It's
I think it was his. Did you ever get to see his promo from the hospital where he's like he's all like I think he has some anesthetics on or something like that, and he's like all groggy, and he says, "You might be wondering why I'm wearing this cool outfit," and he's in like a hospital gown, and
right.
then he says, everybody loves the big guy,
I love the big guy gimmick. Since he started doing that thing on Twitter and then he owned it and just started
yeah,
going
yeah,
batshit crazy with it, I
yeah,
love it. I
and
love
then he says,
everything that he does about it. I just feel like he needs to be better in the ring. I love his overall character. I love how he talks now. His promos are good. They flow because he's getting more comfortable with it.
Yep.
But I just
Yep.
feel like
I
he
agree.
needs more in his moveset. He cannot be. I don't want to say Goldberg because I think he does a lot more than like a Goldberg does. But
Yep. I
I
agree.
feel like he maybe has like a Dave Batista kind of moveset, and I think he could
Yep.
evolve from that. He can do
Yep.
better. I
But it's
expect better, Ryback. Next Raw, whatever you're doing, do it
450
better.
splash. 450 splash from Ryback.
450 splash. I want to see a lion salt. Just one. I don't
Just
care if you
from
land it,
Ryback.
if you like fall, even
Shooting
on your
star press
back,
actually.
and he just gets up and yells, "Stupid!" Like, I don't
So,
care.
and
But
hits
if he
himself
does
on
it,
the
I'm
head and
okay
all.
with
Yeah.
it.
Yep, yeah, yeah. But I mean, I think it all goes down, and I think, I mean, it's ridiculous because we all always come back to keep ranting about the WWE, but I think it all comes down to the fact how they're micromanaging the fucking promos nowadays. I think Ryback should have more spaces, like, or more opportunities to be himself. But it seems every time you watch a promo, you can tell there's a script behind it. Like they don't let them be themselves. And so when you watch all these promos that Ryback did by himself, they're golden. Like he would, he would do this like smirk slash laugh thing where he would like laugh sideways and he's like so all showing like this cocky side. And I think that helps his character. That's a really cool thing. When he said like he's in the hospital and he says like, oh, everybody loves the big guy, the fathers, the kids, the mothers. Especially the mothers. And then he does his, I can't imitate it, but he does his laugh. I mean, I just crack whenever I see it. And I think, I mean, but in all seriousness, I think it's a cool thing. It's a cool part to his character. I think we want to see diverse characters. We want to see different things, not necessarily what WWE is giving us. I mean, sure, I know they came out of an era a couple of years ago, like in the 2010, 2009, where everybody was like a generic wrestler X, generic wrestler Y, and so they've sort of drifted away from that with like the Shield and the Wyatts and yeah, even Ryback himself with the whole "Feed Me More" thing. But I think they should give them more liberties. I mean, like they and again, I don't mean to say that the Attitude Era was better, but at the same time, I mean, I wish they would give him more liberties,
But
like they would do in the Attitude Era, so they could grow and I don't know, become better at promos.
here's why that won't happen. Uh, Ryback, Bray Wyatt, all of them are NXT born. They
Yep.
have, and especially with Ryback, he came from Tough Enough. He was brought into the WWE, and he was taught their mind frame. So it doesn't matter even if they give him that extra amount. He is
Mm,
sticking to the guidelines because that's how he was taught, and that's how he knows if I want to keep getting in the main event and I don't want to lose my spot, I'm going to keep doing what they told me to a T. And that's
yeah,
why
that's a good
characters are
point. So
work
so walking on eggshells, right?
Right, right, and it is walking in eggshells, but I don't want them to feel like they're scared to lose their job. I think it's like I want to keep performing the best way I can, and if this is how they taught me to do it, this is how I'm going to do it. And that's why Bray Wyatt never breaks character unless he needs to for a PR stunt, because he
Yeah.
was taught how to go in and out of character. And it's just that's how we're going to see Finn Balor. That's why Dean Ambrose doesn't work like that because he can understand and learn that, but still has a indie view of how
Yep.
things can work with a character. And that's why his character works where Roman Reigns again does not. Again, he was NXT or FCW born, where it was a sense of everything he was taught was these are the guidelines you follow. And when you do that with a character, it works. But they still need the one thing that makes the wrestling the best part, and they cannot nail it down unless it just happens by itself, and that is a sense of an edge, of a sense of something is not in the control of the sense of the authority. And when you
Yep.
have that character like Dean Ambrose, where it doesn't feel like he's fitting into that character like you need him to, or the CM Punk or the Stone Cold Steve Austin, that's what
Right.
gives it that popularity because it's something that is not going by their guidelines. So characters like that, I think, are going to be more like I would say The Rock. The Rock was a great character in the sense of he knew what he needed to do just like Shawn Michaels did, and they
Yep.
followed those guidelines where they needed to. Where in the sense of Shawn Michaels with the Attitude Era, he did push those lines, but that's because he needed to with the company.
Well, but I mean, yeah, that's a very good point. But I mean, look at compare Roman Reigns to Ryback. It's like I said, like Ryback has this promo style that he'll use when he's doing promos in the ring, and it's like you said, he's following it to a T. He's doing the same thing over and over again. And then you look at a guy like what is it? what was I talking about? Okay, so Roman Reigns. I mean, whenever Ryback steps out, like he can show a little bit more personality, and it actually makes it more compelling, in my opinion, at least. But it's not the same thing with Roman Reigns. Like I have, and I know Roman Reigns is one of your favorites, and I really have nothing against him. I think he gets his things done. He's a cool character and all of that, but he's lacking something in the promo department. And I've seen that cycle where they've tried to do a bunch of things. Wait, dude, can you still hear me? I'm not sure if the thing cut off.
Yeah, you're just fading in and out.
Okay, I don't know what's going on here.
I think you're good now.
Okay, but yeah, what I was saying is, I mean, compare Ryback. Like Ryback outside the ring, you can see him cut promos, and you can still see that a little bit more. Like if he incorporated that little bit extra that he does outside the ring, I think it would make him more compelling. I haven't seen that from Roman Reigns, for example. I mean, I haven't seen that.
No,
And I
and
know,
you're absolutely right. He doesn't. He is completely. I have faith in Roman Reigns because I like his overall character. Is he ever going to step out of those bounds? No. Is he ever going to get over with the crowd? Probably not. But I myself, I enjoy Roman Reigns. I like how he wrestles. I like where he's at right now. Would I like to
yep.
see him with the title? Absolutely. But I think he will get the title. Will it be in the next 2 years? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think
Hmm.
Sheamus is gonna go anything with that Money in the Bank. If I walk out and see Sheamus win that, I don't know. I just no. I see that gonna be like an Alberto Del Rio thing in the sense of he comes and cashes it in, but it fails, but it's part of a storyline maybe. Um, I don't see Sheamus with the title, and I don't want to see him with the title. I don't think he deserves it. I think there's people like Cesaro and Cesaro's hairy ass that should
Yeah.
have the WWE title.
Well, I agree with you, but I would rather see Sheamus being the champion before I see Cena again.
Um, oh my God, that match, I don't even know. Like I'm not even like acknowledging it really, because like where do they go from? What do they do? What do they do? Do they give Cena the belt and then it's just ugh? Or do they give Seth Rollins the belt and then it's just like ugh?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't
And
know.
I mean, Seth Rollins is doing actually he's doing a pretty good job in my opinion. Like
Right.
he looks like he reminds me a lot of Triple H in the '90s, in the late '90s when he
Yeah.
started. I mean,
Yeah.
of course, Triple H was in like the DX, the corporate ministry,
Did you know
corporation.
that
Mhm.
Triple H used the pedigree? So
Really?
that's a cool like little
Wait,
they
wait, 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 wait. Are
yep.
you kidding? Wait, I need to look this
Mhm.
up. Wait, Triple
Yep.
H used the pedigree?
Yes.
Really?
Absolutely.
Now you're fucking kidding me.
Nope. Nope.
Huh. Oh, wow, that's a
Yep.
bigger coincidence then. No, but in all seriousness, I mean, I remember back in 1999 when Triple H stepped out of the what was it, the corporate ministry and became like the game and
Right.
started doing his own thing
Mhm.
and won the title. Like nobody took him seriously. People were like, oh, we're, like on the fence with him. And then by the time the year 2000 rolled around, when he started having these feuds with The Rock, I mean, he became one of the biggest heels, even especially when he had that feud with Mick Foley. And I
Right.
think and I think Seth Rollins is going along the same path where he's improving his promo work. Like on Monday, I liked what I've seen some improvements from him. One complaint I had about Seth Rollins is that his laugh sounded too fake. I mean, as if everything wasn't fake in WWE. I know, but but whenever he does that type laugh,
Yeah.
it sounded kind of forced. It didn't really made him sound cocky.
Mhm.
But I think lately he's been perfecting it, and now his character sounds more genuine.
Absolutely. He can definitely go out and pull heat like almost immediately in any
Yep.
show, which is
Yep.
awesome.
Yep, yeah, and I think that's helping him a lot. So that's why I compared him to Triple H. Like at the beginning, Triple H was this whole, the same thing over and over again, like I am the game,
Right.
and I am that damn good, like The Rock would say, and all that sort of stuff. But slowly with the passage of time, he was able to get better and draw more heat and know how to keep a crowd in the palm of their hands.
Right. Now speaking of Triple H, this whole fiasco with China.
Um,
Uh,
okay. So did you read the article where like apparently they were at Roddy Piper's funeral and
yes,
I think she approached him and a bunch of security guards.
right.
Okay, I was reading that and the first thing that came to my mind was just China hitting the security guards with forearms, like she would do like just
Right,
I mean just
right,
forearm to the
and
right,
like
forearm to the left.
no joke, no joke. Like Jr. and King are also in the
Yes, yeah.
audience, so they just start calling it. Bacon,
Back out of the way!
Bacon.
King, China is cleaning house here at Roddy Piper's
How
funeral.
disrespectful! How disrespectful! And JR's over there like, oh, puppies! Or
Yeah, exactly.
King.
King, yeah. He's like, oh my God, JR! Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then all of a sudden I started picturing Triple H helping her clean house and all that sort of stuff. And then they stare at each other, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you see a set of ropes behind Triple H, and Triple H just walks out.
Right,
Just
right.
leaves China in there in front of Roddy Piper's coffin. I don't know.
Right.
Maybe
And
I'm
then
watching too much
immediately, as
wrestling.
soon as it's over, you just see that WWE logo in the bottom corner, like the show's over.
Exactly. And then you hear Triple H just, it's all about the game, the theme song and everything. And
Right?
my
And
God,
then it's
there'll be
just
hell to pay for money.
then, now, forever, and the
Yeah.
whole thing's just done. So what? Okay, so there's two different sides of the stories that I've heard. One from Sean Waltman, who
Ex-
is clinically insane. He says
But
that
he's actually, he's a really fucking cool guy. I met him in person. He's one of the coolest wrestlers I've ever met.
I'm sure he is,
He's an
but
awesome guy. But yeah, he's fucking toast. His brain is fucking toast.
uh,
Just like,
but but the thing is with him is he tells the story about how she just runs up and just blatantly just yells I'm sorry, or just says it in a loud tone of I'm sorry for everything, and I don't know what she was referring to, and that's really all I got from what he said on Twitter. She
yep.
also then did a video about how she didn't run up to her or
To him,
him
to
to
Triple H.
Triple H and yell I'm sorry. She walked up and she said, and I can't remember the quote. I wish I could have gotten it, but like it was two. It was an apology to two people who used to really care for each other, is how she said it. So in the sense, I see both sides. If this is probably they saw China coming and were like fucking A, and then
Wait,
China
wait,
was
wait,
just like
wait, wait, wait. They saw China coming?
no. No, no, no. Don't Google that. Don't
I'm not.
don't Google that.
Yep,
They
listeners, please don't Google that.
they saw China approaching and were like, "Oh no,
By the
batshit
way,
crazy here." And she was just probably like at a fast-paced walk up to them to be like, "I want to get this over with," and just
and
get
also
this
I'm
over
guessing
with.
she thought she knew she was gonna get pulled away, so she probably wanted to
Oh,
do it as quick
absolutely.
as possible.
Absolutely. Like it was totally like a Justin Bieber fan just like running up and it was just like, "Hi." She was like, "I'm sorry. Could you sign this poster?" You know?
Sign my boob or something like that. Yeah, yeah.
I would have loved to have seen where Stephanie was during that whole thing.
Oh, I mean,
Where like
in my
security like
whole
holding her back and everyone was just going Jerry, Jerry. Like this is how you finish a Roddy Piper
funeral, right?
funeral is with something clashing at the end of it. Like it's disrespectful, but this is the way it needed to be done with his funeral in the sense of he does not go out without something going on.
Yep.
So
Exactly. I mean,
so
Roddy
thank
Piper
you,
was a
Roddy
master of all
Piper.
that. So
Thank you very much.
exactly. Yep, yeah. And I mean, we were talking about JR. I can just imagine JR going, "There'll be hate. What is it? There'll be hell to pay tomorrow night. Back on. Why, Helmsley? Why?" But yeah, I mean, I pictured like that in my head. I pictured it like that in my head. Just them cleaning house. Triple H goes away. Am I watching too much wrestling? Do you think that might be
That's
that might be
probably it. Like,
these things? So like, I mean, 15. Like, I think I've been watching WWE for like 16 years now or 17 years. I think that's had its effect. Wouldn't you think?
probably. I've been an addict off and on my entire life. The
Yeah.
next thing is the Stephen Amell and Neville versus Stardust and King Barrett, which I was really excited about. I'm a huge Arrow fan. I'm a huge Stephen Amell fan. I think he's a fucking awesome guy. Neville, give him just a match with King Barrett, and just give Stardust a match with Stephen Amell. It doesn't need to be a tag match. I mean, this just feels like a main event of a Raw. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
why is Hugh Jackman not like partnering up with Stardust right now? You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah. 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 I should have just. I don't know. I really don't have any opinions on that one.
That's dumb. You got to have at least one opinion. Is it something that you're looking forward to?
Nope. Yeah, my
All
opinion
right,
is that I don't give a shit.
that's an opinion. See,
Yeah, that's an
all
opinion.
right, all right. So the next thing I want to talk
I mean, I
about.
mean, I mean, I mean, I mean, I mean sorry. The moment was cool on Raw, like when Stardust like pushed him. I saw it on YouTube. That was pretty cool. And then the guy jumps the barricade, jumps into the ring. Like they knew how to coordinate that, so the crowd got riled up, and they got a really good pop out of that. I thought that was well done.
I did
And the,
call this though. I did call this in the sense that first it was Wade Barrett, then it was Bad News Barrett. Now it's King Barrett, and now at SummerSlam it will probably be Darth Barrett. Like
that's
he just keeps going.
Darth Barrett. Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me.
Right. The next thing is sounds like WWE is bringing back the Divas search. They're going to bring it back at the same format of how Tough Enough is, but it will be a WWE Network exclusive. Which, thank God, because then I can watch it, because my DVR has too many things recording on a
it, yeah.
Tuesday night to have time for Tough Enough. So I'm like 3 episodes behind. I have to download them in unthoughtful ways and get them to watch them. And I don't like doing that, but I want to watch them.
Yeah, but I mean, you do realize what you're getting into, right? I mean, isn't Tough Enough supposed to like the guy and a girl? I mean, a superstar and a diva. Which thank God, because I remember watching Tough Enough. What was it, 2011? I think when Stone Cold Steve Austin was hosting it.
Right.
I was like, this is ridiculous, having both the women and the men compete in the same competition.
Right.
You're just having one winner. But anyway, so you know what this means? The diva search. That means they'll get another airhead who won't really be able to do anything. Hopefully, they get a charismatic female like Trish Stratus or something like that who can learn to wrestle. I mean, I don't complain that much, as if they do their job, then fine. But I mean, we've seen what happened with what is it, Eva Marie,
Right.
Eva Marie lately, and like I think crowds are starting to realize when they bring in a girl who's just a model, and they're just lashing out against it. Especially now that you have all these girls that have come from NXT. I don't know how that's gonna work out for them. Like, it's one thing to have Tough Enough where they're actually getting some training and you know that they're going towards the wrestling route of it, but I don't know how that's gonna work once if you do this diva search. I don't know. I mean, it's worked in the past. I mean, who's been on it? Like Layla came out of the diva search. Who Eve Torres came out of the diva search. I think Ashley. I'm trying to think who else. Oh, Maria.
Right.
Candice. Yeah, so they have some good, but I mean, if you look at them in terms of it's not the same thing as it was before. So you just have to wonder how that's going to play out.
Right. I feel like the Diva Search itself is kind of I don't want to say a step back because of how I've seen the Diva Search before was just like a glamified America's Next Top Model kind of a thing. And I'd like to see them actually like go out there, and the next Diva Search would be more like we are going to indie shows and picking out women who should be in the WWE and bringing them up and giving them a chance.
That would be a cool idea. That would be a great idea.
Absolutely. Yeah. But that's not how it's going to be. That's why I feel like it's just going to be one of those top model things where they just keep bringing them on. And of course, you can't do how you could used to do Diva Search, because Diva Search before was when it like close between like the I guess the what is it, the aggression era.
Yep, the Ruthless Aggression era.
Ruthless Aggression era, that's it. It was all about we are going to take 18 women, we are going to bring them in, we are going to make them wear as less as possible.
As less clothing as possible,
and have them just walk around the ring and just demean them as they
do
their
so. Stuff and
then whoever gets the biggest pop is the one we're going to pick. But now you can't do that now in the PG-13 era, which I think is a good thing. I just don't see them just bringing in a couple models and just having them walk around. No one's going to want to watch 18 Eva Maries for a half an hour. We already have Total Divas. We don't need that. So I'd hope that if this is the case and they really are doing a Divas search, that they take it seriously in the sense of let's build a Divas division. Shit, if we bring in 16 women and even number one doesn't work, but we get maybe 2 really good wrestlers out of this, or at least some good jobbers that can bring in like Alicia Fox, fucking perfect. But it doesn't need to be another like, oh my god, a Kelly. We don't need that.
Yes, please, exactly. And I mean, we've had examples of women in the past who've come in as models or as valets, and they've turned into wrestlers. We've seen the bad, like for example, Terry Reynolds. I don't think Terry Reynolds was able to wrestle too much.
No.
Candice, I don't ever can remember.
I want to say and I know I'll get heat for this. Caitlyn, I feel like, was one of those in the sense of she could wrestle, but she
Yep.
didn't do anything too awe-inspiring. She was more of a model slash bodybuilder, which good for her. She looks fucking amazing. But
Yep.
I didn't see her as an actual one of the greats out there like an AJ or Paige like we have today.
Right, right. But then, and then what I was gonna say, also, I mean, of course, you have AJ and Paige who have
Hmm.
this wrestling background, and then you've and Lita, of course, but you've had other like girls who've come in as models. Like for example, look at Sable. Sable came in as what Triple H's valet in WrestleMania 12 or something like that.
Right.
And I mean, she wasn't the best wrestler, but I mean, had that thing where she powerbombed Mark Merrow, and
Hmm.
she would wrestle here and there, and I mean, she got huge pops, so she got good reactions. She had a good thing going. I mean, it's not all about the wrestling, I think. And then the same thing for Trish Stratus. So Trish Stratus came in, she was fucking hot as hell. I mean, she was always, but at the beginning more, in my opinion. But anyway, that's I digress here. And then Trish Stratus came in as a model. She was managing TNA and all that sort of stuff. And then all of a sudden, I mean, she started getting more training, and then she became one of the all-time greats. So it's a sort of like it can be good or it can be bad. It depends on how they play it. It might also be a situation where they actually bring a female talent to not be a wrestler, like to do something like what Lana is doing, which I think is it's cool.
That'd be a cool idea, or just to
Yeah.
bring her out, and be like, hey, are you gonna be? Let's bring in some announcers. Let's bring in maybe somebody who could be like a Renee
Yes.
Young, maybe.
Renee Young.
Um, but then I just feel like we're just doing Vince McMahon's The Apprentice.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you just have to wonder. Yeah, I mean, you have to wonder how that's gonna go. But again, I mean, I think even, I mean, again, all my sources are from like what I read on Reddit. That's what I see most of
Right.
the days. And I think Reddit Squared Circle, I've seen that. I think Tough Enough isn't really doing all that well. I
Mm-mm.
actually, and by the way, I actually caught one episode. I was traveling and I was at a hotel. I said, let's watch Tough Enough. I don't know. They were doing this. Have you followed Tough Enough this season?
Yeah, I'm only 3 episodes behind, but I
Okay.
get the course of where they're going.
Well, I was watching that episode where they were doing that thing at the improv with Jericho about cutting promos on each other.
Right.
And I mean, apart from cringing,
Oh, I watched that one. That one was pretty fucking cringeworthy. Like that
yeah,
one was horrendous.
like I mean, even the guy who did all the screaming is like, you're not doing anything for me. And I
Right.
realize I understand that, of course, this is probably their first promo in front of a live crowd, or
Right.
they probably just practice in the mirror, so they're still developing. Okay, I understand that,
Hmm.
but
And
at
they're
the
also
same,
not brought to you with a character. They're brought to you as this is a person who's competing right now, who's
yeah,
being demeaned by 3 different people, and now
well.
they're like,
Yeah,
talk to me and tell me why you're the best.
yeah, but you have one guy there who has like his own character, like the guy with the what is it, like a
Well,
blonde
his name is Chris Jericho.
No, no,
That's that.
no, but I mean one of the contestants. One of the contestants that's
Oh, okay.
he starts with an M, Mara or something like that. I can't
Yeah,
remember.
Mata. He's the Egyptian one.
So he's the one who like screams and like flexes and
That's his thing. He poops a
so,
lot. I heard he poops
exactly.
a lot.
So I mean, he does show some hint of trying to develop a character, but still, it's still along the lines of generic and not something
Hmm.
that pops out of the screen. And I understand. I mean, I'm not criticizing him. All I'm saying is like,
You are criticizing him, but it needs
okay,
to be done.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Let me rephrase that. I
All
don't mean
right.
to be shitting on him because if it was me, I mean, I'd probably be in the
Hmm.
same position where you're there. It's your first promo. Like I don't know, but I don't know if you saw the Tough Enough edition with Stone Cold. If you followed that whole thing through, the promos there were much better. There was this guy, I can't remember his name, but who Stone Cold Steve Austin kept shitting on him and shitting on him, and then all of a sudden he has the chance to do his promo, and then he says like, I'm gonna make believers out of all of them, and he starts like pointing to the imaginary crowds and like all the what is it, the coaches, like I think it was Trish and Booker T and Stone Cold
Right.
were like, holy shit, this guy, he fucking hit it out of the park. I haven't seen that in this season. I
No,
guess that's
you
I'm
heard
not
it here
shitting.
first, folks. The pooper has become the pooped on. Mata has got shit all over
No, I'm not shitting on him actually.
him. But Stone Cold is.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, all I'm saying is the characters just don't pop out. But I mean, and I think that's something that'll come with time. I understand that, but I think they did a better job back in the older Tough Enough.
oh, absolutely, absolutely. I think you're right.
And of course, and of course, the 2011 edition of Tough Enough gave us one of the single greatest fucking moments in all of wrestling history, which is Stone Cold Steve Austin asking Cameron what her
Right.
favorite match is.
Oh my God. And to see her now wrestling, like to see her now out there just wrestling,
And,
it
and,
irks me, but it's all right.
and let me
I
say,
guess I'll be over it.
let me state something. I was a little bit. I mean, I found it hilarious. Like, when I'm having a bad day, I'll go on YouTube and I'll search that. The one with Melina and Alicia Fox. I think that's hilarious. How Stone Cold just. I mean, he doesn't know whether he should cringe or face
Right.
palm or what the hell, or like he says in his podcast, shit
Oh,
or wine his watch or whatever. But there's also an element there that I was like, so what if that's her favorite match? I mean, if
right.
that's a match that she saw and inspired her to become a wrestler, so there's an element there of, I mean, if that's the match that inspired her, fucking, I mean, what the fuck do you care? What do you want? Do you want her to say?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like she just watched the most recent episode of
Yes,
Raw.
exactly. That's what
Like
I.
it isn't that isn't the inspiration. I think she totally was just like, fuck, this is coming up in June. I need to get ready for this. When is it on? Monday. Fuck, it's Tuesday. And then like the shit just showed up and she watched it and then she's like, this is the first match I know of ever.
Yep, yeah, I think the same thing. But yeah, I mean, if you could, if you could sense the hint from her that she was saying it like from the heart, this is the match that really got her into wanting to wrestle. Okay, fine, cool, I have no problem with that, and Stone Cold will be in the wrong. But you can tell she says it with like this smug attitude, where
Oh,
she's
absolutely.
still looking at
Watching
her.
5 minutes of her on Total Divas, and you already know, like, this bitch knows nothing about wrestling other than what was going on 2 months ago.
By the way, I'm setting a world record. I have never seen an episode of Total Divas.
Oh my God.
Never,
Uh,
ever, ever. I've seen clips though, which I haven't been able to avoid. But like I saw that it was all over Reddit, that one where John Cena's doing the ping pong stuff and he comes out and he does like that whole thing, like he's a college student or something. Okay, I
right.
saw that, but I ever since that shit started. I mean, I'm Latino, I'm from Puerto Rico, so people watch a lot of soap operas. I'm like, fuck no. I mean, I have enough with WWE being a soap opera for men. I am not going to watch another, drama type thing.
I didn't know that was a problem with you people. I'm sorry. I
No,
on behalf of the rest of America, we apologize. You have to go through so much soap opera grief.
well, I mean, that's me because I'm a guy. My fiance wouldn't mind. My fiance
Now I
loves
just now I
operas.
just like fantasize you just in this pink silk shirt that's just like half buttoned and like that's what you do all the time is you just walk around wearing one of those.
No, I
Just
don't.
just passing people off like I cannot watch any more soap operas. I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah, but that's just a rant, just as a personal rant. Yeah, but I said I'm never gonna watch a Total Divas episode, and I haven't watched it. So
Oh, you wait
that's
till you need to.
I know it's fucking useless, but I'm pretty proud of
Mm.
that.
All right, so moving on, I read this really cool thing on the Reddit, the Squared Circle. They talked about
Are you
is
on there?
Dean Ambrose. Yeah, I'm on there, but I don't do too much on there. I mostly read. I like to I follow it when someone posts my comic on there. Someone posted mine on there last week, so that was pretty cool.
Yep.
So I started reading some of the things on there, and I saw one which was really cool, which was is Dean Ambrose the newest
Royal
Wyatt family member?
member family. Yep. I
Yes,
saw
and
that.
I think that would be the most ingenious plot twist of this entire thing is that he is the third member in the sense of if that becomes the case that Dean Ambrose becomes a Wyatt member, then it will be the greatest thing to happen to wrestling ever.
Did you
And
did you actually see the promo or the interview with Michael Cole and Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns?
the
Like,
one where he talks about like he's his only friend, like that's the one that got me to thinking that's
yep.
probably the case
And
because
then
he's
there's an instance where Roman Reigns says something, and then Dean Ambrose starts like laughing and say, "Did you hear that?" And he sounds
right,
like kind of like a little hint of like mocking
right.
him, and sort of along the same vein that Bray Wyatt would use. Now I'm doing like Mick Foley and exchanging Way Bryant, but yeah, along the same like how Bray Wyatt will speak with like a hint of like sarcasm and like laughing and mocking. I kind of sense that in Dean Ambrose. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but yeah, or maybe it was because I read that same post that you read, and I had it on my mind. I was like, I'm gonna look for hints in my, in the back of my head. I'm gonna be looking for hints of Dean
Right.
Ambrose turning. Oh, and here's another thing. For the people that are gonna say, "Oh, this is gonna be shit," because how many times has Dean Ambrose feuded with Bray Wyatt? They shouldn't be like that. I mean, okay, of course you can say it's wrestling, it's fake, it's bullshit. I mean, people are friends one day, they're not friends. But the one thing, and it happens all the time. People have allegiances, they break up, they come back together again. You have to keep in mind. I mean, the original, or I guess the second incarnation of DX broke up by WrestleMania of 1999, and by the fall of that year, they were back together again. So I mean, and there was also that instance. I don't know if you remember the 1997 years or 1997 era when Paul Bearer betrayed the Undertaker. I think that was in
Right.
'96. Anyways,
It doesn't matter.
in
I'll
'98,
believe you.
after
You could say like 2001. I'd be like, of course, I remember.
I can say 2014 after Paul Bearer is dead, and you say, yeah, but I saw Paul
Absolutely.
back with the Undertaker. But
Let's
yeah,
talk.
there's a there's an episode of Raw where Paul Bearer and the Undertaker have reunited after Paul Bearer was with Kane and all that sort of shit. And then the Undertaker cuts a promo where he says like, when people like, if people can't understand, how could I associate myself with such a despicable, maniacal individual? I mean, and I think Stone Cold Steve Austin did the same thing when he joined Triple H.
Right.
I think a lot of people like to shit on these allegiances between people that have been enemies. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I mean, when you're having a feud with someone, you can come to a level where you respect them, where you know how dangerous they are, and you say, "Fuck! I mean, this guy's so fucking amazing. I mean, I hate him, but I wouldn't discard having him by my side." So
Right.
it's not stupid. So, I mean, if Dean Ambrose were to join the White family, I wouldn't have any problems with it. Actually, it would kind of spark my interest again because I've been kind of bored with the product lately. And again, that's because I don't really enjoy the art of wrestling. Oh my god, newsflash! I told you this before.
I think you're right. One of the things I missed the most, kind of going into this, was the annual draft pick that they did. It shuffled everything. It shuffled who was with who, what show was on what show, and they don't really need to do the what show is in what show anymore. But it'd be nice to kind of just shuffle the deck every so often. It would be nice to see Dean Ambrose with Bray Wyatt and
Yep.
Luke Harper. And hell, what if we see something just magical happen between Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose, and we get one of the coolest tag teams of all time with that stint? I'm sorry, but Luke Harper just looks like someone who's just having swamp ass for 15 minutes every fucking Monday night. I can't stand how dirty that motherfucker looks. The guy's in shape. He just give him some better jeans. He doesn't need to wear these weird fucking jeans that he's wearing now, and he doesn't need to wear the badass ones like Dean Ambrose wears. But give him some fucking jeans that don't look like they were originally for a soccer mom.
Well,
Like
he's coming from the swamp in Louisiana. What the
I
fuck do you expect?
I give him overalls then. Fuck, just like what he's got going on right now just is just unappealing to watch.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's funny you mentioned that because I was on Squared Circle, and I think, let's see, I was on Squared Circle earlier today before we started this, and there's an article, actually, an interview with him where he says he actually does laundry. I thought that was hilarious.
Oh wow. See, okay, so Luke Harper, because you're not listening to the show, change your fucking pants. That's just all I want to say. That's just change your pants. You
No,
can wear the
don't change
sweaty
your pants.
sweaty
No,
like
don't do
here.
it.
You
No,
can. I
I'm
don't
with you.
mind the gimmick. I love the yeah. I love the overall. I love the boots, but just
I'm with
switch
Luke
up the
Harper. I'm
jeans.
sorry. I'm
Mm,
sorry. I'm
I don't
sorry.
know.
I'm with
That
Luke
thing
Harper.
just
I
it's
think the
just
dirty, grungy
ah
look makes him look different. I think it
ah.
makes him look intimidating. Like my fiance would actually, she would be whenever we watch Raw together, she would be disgusted. She was like, "Ah, these three guys again." When the Wyatts would come out, and
Mm,
she'd be like, "They just look so fucking disgusting with like the
mm,
beards and all this." And I think that effect. I mean, my fiance is a casual fan. Like she doesn't watch as much as I do, or hasn't been watching as long, and so I use her to like gauge some reactions. Like sometimes I'll say I'll watch for her reaction on things, and she was actually absolutely disgusted by the White family. And I thought that's the point of the White family. They're supposed to be
sure.
these dirty, people who look like they're coming from a swamp, from like wrestling alligators and shit, and they're supposed to look like that. So that was a sign for me that like, okay, they're doing their job correctly. I mean, it's working.
All right. Well, it's official. Luke Harper, you look like you smell like a bag of farts. So, moving on to the next thing I want to talk about. And this is the final thing I have to talk about tonight. And then we're kind of just probably going to go into some more of your tantalizing music. Possible. This is just my own personal speculation, but
Okay.
Dolph Ziggler was in a movie recently. I don't know the title. I don't care right now. But he is coming back to Raw probably right after the Raw after SummerSlam. And I want to see if they give him a character change. Because I've been watching this guy's hair. He has not been dyeing it at all. And I'm thinking we may see Dolph coming back with his original, like, dark hair that he would normally have. Because I'm thinking he probably had to cut it off for the movie. So we either get to
Okay.
see short, blonde Dolph Ziggler, or we're going to see a new gimmick. And I don't. The hair thing is like a tiny thing, but I'm
Yep.
hoping that when he returns, however he does returns, this could maybe lead to a new gimmick for Dolph, because I like where he's going. He's finally getting the push. It looks like he's kind of getting. I mean, right now he's in his own kind of like storyline, even though he's not in it right now because of the movie. He's still being a prominent figure, being used every Monday night, and I want to see him flourish in that. I want to see him in the main event scene. I want to see him, get murdered by Brock Lesnar. Give him a chance to do that.
But by the way, you were ranting about Luke Harper. Okay, now I'm gonna rant about Dolph Ziggler. I mean, I like Dolph Ziggler. He's shown some personality. Okay, that's cool. I don't like this whole thing lately of him like making out with Lana. Like, no, leave Lana with Rusev. But anyway, that's another story for another day. The thing that I can't.
That's the soap opera talking in you.
Yeah, exactly. That's the soap opera hater in me talking. But yeah, the whole thing about Ziggler that I don't like is his name. I mean, he sounds like somebody's trying.
Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, exactly. He sounds like somebody saying Adolf Hitler with a full mouth, like they're eating. And actually, I had a comic like that a while back. I never posted it, but it was something like, oh, we need a name for a new person. What's the evilest thing you can think of? Like Vince asking his employees, and this guy says Adolf Hitler. Oh, Dolph Ziggler. I like it.
That's a good one. You go back and redo that one, because if you don't, I'm going to just blatantly steal it and just post it as my own next week on the Full Nelson Press.
Well, we should do it as a collaboration then. I mean, I wouldn't mind.
November is coming up, my friend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. By the way, we were mentioning, what was it, the other time I was here, we were talking about that collaboration. Well, we did two collaborations, Thanksgiving one and the Black Friday one.
We do a Survivor Series one every year. I take my artwork and we put it against his, and we just do it right down the middle. It's a fun project we do every year.
It's a really fucking amazing project, and we've done some other things with some other people, right? We did was it Royal Rumble, I think?
Yes, I did. I couldn't do it last year, but I'm thinking about maybe doing that again this year. I've gotten into DeviantArt a lot more, and I've gotten into a lot of the cool wrestling communities there, so I've met some fun artists that I think I'd like to get in contact with, and maybe let everyone do one of each and really put something really cool together.
That'd be amazing. Let's plan something like that.
For sure.
But yeah, I wanted to commend you. I mean, I think, what was it? There was one of the posters that we did that you were in like the fucking hospital or something. You were fucking dying, and you still did that fucking.
I did. I had surgery. I had just surgery. Like Brock Lesnar. I got diverticulitis.
Oh, was that it?
Yes, I found out overnight that I could not poop. So I had to go get surgery, and they had to take out 10 inches of my colon. Disgusting. Shit. And so I had to spend... And honestly, it was the best thing that happened to me, because I'll tell you right now, I had to spend 7 days in the hospital. 3 days prior to my surgery, I could not eat. I had to go just liquids. I think it was 2 or 3 days. I'm pretty sure it was 3 days. I had to go with just broth. Then after the surgery, I had to go an additional 3 to 4 days, depending on how I was doing. So I wanted to get this comic done before I had my surgery, but with as many people as we had, it would have been. I was hoping for the best, but expecting the worst.
And wait, and for the people who are listening, let's just give a little bit of background. So what we had like 5 or 6 artists.
Yeah.
We were doing a bunch of wrestlers, and basically we were gonna put the poster together or something along those lines. So everybody did like 5 or 6 wrestlers, so on and so forth. And so Brandon tells me, okay, I'm in the hospital. I'm gonna have surgery. I'm like, okay, man. I mean, you rest up. You just get. I mean, if you can send your drawings before you go into surgery, that's fine. But take your time. Whatever. I don't want to stress you out. Or this fucking guy comes and he says, oh, I can do the poster. And I'm like, no, I mean, you just had surgery, or you're gonna have surgery. You can't possibly do this. And then all of a sudden the motherfucker sends me the finalized thing. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, if you think John Cena's returns are something, like he says he's gonna be out for 6 months and he comes back the next day, this was way even better. Even better. I mean, you are a god to me after that. I was like, this guy's fucking amazing, and I have to commend you on that.
Well, thank you very much. And so, anyways, going back to my story. Yep. I wanted to. I was hungry as shit because I get done with this surgery and I'm just sitting in bed all day because I can't move. Okay. I bought the new Pokemon game, but had already beaten it before the surgery like an idiot because I can't hold myself. So at the time I was playing the Pokemon game and just been like, what the fuck else do I do? I've done everything in this game I can do. So I was like, shit, this neat thing needs to be done. So I spent like an entire day just on this computer, just on my desk with my mouse next to my tray and an IV in my arm, and I just sat there and I concentrated on the work, and it went the whole day went by, and I didn't even think about my appetite at all. So it worked out. I just kind of got in the Zen mode of like just keep working on this, and you won't think of anything else. And it actually it was very therapeutic of me.
Wow. Huh.
Yes. Yeah, so I loved it. I loved it. I think I fucked up a bunch of the names that who went to who, but it doesn't matter right now. That was I was
Yeah.
young. It doesn't
You're
matter.
young and stupid.
Yes, yes, yes.
No, I mean, you did way more than I was expected. That was amazing. But anyway, yeah, we should do another one this month. And I don't know. I mean, we've talked offline and all of that, and
Hmm.
I haven't had that much time to draw, and like I draw like every I don't know 6 months or something like that. I can
Sure.
actually see the number on my Facebook page going down. Like every time I go down, I'm not even kidding. Every time I go on there, there's always less likes. I'm like, I mean, why the fuck are you taking this out of your news feed? I mean, can't you just leave it there? It's not harming you. I'm
Right.
not drawing or anything.
Right.
So apparently
Now,
people are unliking it. But anyway.
I have done a comic almost every Sunday for 3 years now.
Oh yeah,
Not
yeah.
every Sunday. It was originally Thursdays I did it, and then for like maybe a month I did it on Fridays. But because I got a new job, Sundays work best for me. So you can expect to see a comic every Sunday, if not Monday.
Yep.
Very, very, very few times have I had to come out where I haven't gotten a comic done. Uh, I think maybe I can maybe say maybe one or two times with writer block. Other times where just shit just gets in the way. I mean, that's just how life works. I don't get paid to do it. I'd like to get paid to do it, but that's
Yep.
just not where I'm at right now. But check it out. It's thefullnelsonpress.com. If you have any questions, like I said earlier in the show, follow us on Twitter, TFNP. Also, email us at contact at thefullnelsonpress. Or, again, you can see Ed here, all of his content, even though he's losing likes, you can still like him. He still uploads regularly. You just made something last week, didn't you? That
I,
hilarious one with
Brett
explain that one to
Michaels.
us.
Yeah.
Yes, explain that one.
Yeah, it's basically this was actually an idea a friend of mine gave me. He writes to me one day. A friend of mine writes and he says, "Do you know who Brett Michaels is?" And I'm like, "Yeah, the guy's a mix between Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels." And he says, "Exactly. That's the idea I wanted to give you. Draw something." And I'm like, I mean, usually I don't know if it happens to you. Do you have like people who give you ideas? Like I get people who give me ideas all the time, and
I
some
do, but it's all attitude era shit.
yeah.
No joke. Like all it's like you should do something with Stone Cold, and I'm like, well, I kind of like want to stay relevant so I can, I don't know, get
Well,
more page views in the sense of I'm doing stuff that's trendy right fucking now and not
well,
trendy in 1992.
Well, you should refer them to me because I'm the opposite. I mean, I do more attitude era stuff than thing.
I know you
And,
do, which is
and that,
amazing, and stick with it because it's such a great you work on it very well.
yeah, and that was one of the reasons why I stopped doing. I was drawing. I mean, very quickly. I was drawing for this magazine in the UK every month, and so it became like a pain of having to stay relevant every single month, and that led me to stop drawing. But anyway, that's another story for another day. So basically, when people give me ideas, most of the time I'm like, I mean, it's a cool idea, but I mean, it's one thing when people give you like the punchline of the joke of a
Hmm.
comic, and that's another thing when you think about it and you can trace back and start and you think about the whole comic. So I very rarely have I been able to draw an idea that somebody's giving me.
Sure.
Like people will
See,
give me ideas and I'm like, okay,
mhm,
it sounds fun, it sounds cool, it sounds funny, but I don't know how to lead to this. I'm not just gonna draw it and that's it.
right.
Like I think things
My
flow better when I do them myself.
my process and my senses I go from multiple places. Like I will immediately go onto Facebook and look at the trendy bar because
Yep.
a lot of people have to use Facebook. A lot of people do use Facebook. So when there's
Yes.
something that's relevant on there, I can take that and kind of try to take that in what's trending in wrestling. And if I can't find something there, I'm like, well, what does this scenario kind of remind me of? Because I like to do like just recently I did one of Powerpuff Girls. I did one of
Oh yeah,
Dragon Ball
that was
Z
amazing.
because I like to go back and I myself I'm trying to teach myself this entire experience. So
Yep.
I've done like Charlie Brown or Rocky and Bullwinkle because every time I do something and I draw an amazing artist's work in a WWE fashion, I'm
Mhm.
learning something from that artist
Yeah, you're
every
learning the
week.
styles and all that. Yeah, I've done the same
Exactly,
thing. Like
and
I
that's what
once
I
I drew like
love.
Jack Swagger. Do you remember
Hmm.
the one I did with Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter, like Pinky and the Brain?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
so
yes.
I've done that as well, and I know what you mean. It's really fucking amazing when you pick up the styles from the different artists. Like I did Paul Heyman as in the Simpsons style, and so yeah, I mean you sort of pick up things from different art. Oh, and by the way, I wanted to mention. So, I mean, if you were to compare Brandon and myself, like Brandon is like John Cena. He shows up every week. He's very committed. He's very dedicated. And then I'm like, lately, I'm like the Undertaker.
You
So,
just show up
I
every
show up
6
once
months.
every once in a while. I post a drawing and then I go back to obscurity because of
You should just hashtag gong every time you post that 6 monther and just
exactly.
see how far it goes because you can track that shit. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the time we have tonight. I just want to thank everyone for listening if you got this far. To my friend Pete, suck a butt. Anything you want to say,
Yeah,
Ed?
Pete, suck it. Yeah,
Suck a butt.
Suck it.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Full Nelson Press After Hours podcast. I'm your sleazy deezy host, Brady Patrick, and I'm here with the fabulous, the beautiful, and the cartoonist.
Beautiful.
The beautiful. All right. So you're gonna play a couple songs here, and I'm gonna try guessing them again.
Okay.
Let's see what we can get. Let's see what we can get.
Oh man. Let's see.
Uh,
For those that are listening for the first time, last time I was here, I brought my guitar with me, and then I said, okay, I'll play a couple of WWE themes. You'll be able to pick them up. It'll be fun. It'll be amazing. He couldn't identify a single one of the themes
not
I
a single
played.
fucking one. Couldn't do it.
And I did the easy ones. I mean, I did the fucking Undertaker. How do you not pick up the Undertaker's theme?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Right. I felt really bad. The one that made me feel stupid was the Brock Lesnar one, because even when I'm at work, every so often I'll have something in my hand and I'll just go bum, 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 bum,
bum, like
bum, 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 and I got it, and I fucking heard it, and I'm just like, what the? I know it. I know it. Is it the Pokemon theme song? No, that's not it. I don't know what it is. Like, all right, so I am gonna not get any of these right, and it's not that Ed is talentless. It's that I'm retarded.
And you know what? You know what? I'll help you this time. I'll help.
All right,
I'll give you a
right.
hint.
Are you gonna sing to me?
No. You wish.
I do.
But I'll give you a hint starting now.
Okay.
None of these themes are Lita's theme. Okay.
Okay. All right. Damn it.
Yeah, because last time I was like, is that Lita? No, it's not Lita. Okay, play the next theme. Is that Lita? No, it's not fucking Lita. And then play the next theme. Is that one's Lita? That's definitely Lita.
All right. So none of these are Lita. All right.
Okay, let's see. Okay, just to get an idea, when have you been when were you most like a fan? When did you watch the most? What's your favorite era, I guess?
I don't have a favorite era in the sense of I'm liking wrestling now. I watch wrestling from shit. I started watching wrestling. I don't want to go into the story, but someone had told me to watch wrestling, and they told me to watch WCW, and I accidentally started watching WWF when Stone Cold Steve Austin and Undertaker were just feuding, and my very first pay-per-view was Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Undertaker. First
SummerSlam '98. Oh no,
it was a first blood match.
Fully loaded 1999.
Fully loaded 1999. And
end of an era. If Stone Cold Steve
Austin
won, Vince would leave, and
it would be fired. So that was my first pay-per-view. So that's when I really got into it. I would go back to school and I didn't see this kid because he went on a vacation, and he came back and he goes, "Oh, what are you watching?" And I'm like, "Fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin's the fucking tits, man. I love him." So he's like, "No, man, you're watching the wrong show. You
gotta watch Goldberg."
Goldberg, man. So I watched one night of WCW, and I was like, "This is stupid." And I went right back to Raw and just was at Raw. And then I got up to the point where I was a hardcore fan into wrestling, up until the point where John Cena was just coming into the mix. I rarely watched John Cena. Carlito was a big heel at the time, and I just lost interest in wrestling. And I didn't get back into wrestling until the night after Randy Orton got the Money in the Bank was cashed in on him when The Miz won, was the night that I watched a full episode of Raw for the first time.
2011, wow.
Yeah, so I went from, I think, 2000... I want to say 2005 to 2011. I did not watch anything there, and just life got in the way. I wasn't liking the product, so I skipped everything John Cena right away. So
Well, thank God.
yeah, I still don't like him in the sense of he's getting. It doesn't matter. He's getting. All right, music. Let's go into music.
Okay.
All right. So what are we playing?
Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna start with this one. Okay.
Right.
I think this one you're not gonna be able to get, but for the listeners at home, let's see who can know what theme song this is. All right, here we go. Do you know?
I think that's Enter Sandman.
Oh my God.
No, it sounds incredibly familiar though. The beginning of it did. What is it?
Let me do it again.
All right, one more time.
Don't bang your head too much about it.
I don't know.
Hint, it's not Lita.
I got that. That's the first person I thought of, though.
All right, that was Cactus Jack. But I'm guessing you started watching 99, so you probably didn't.
Yeah, Cactus Jack wasn't a thing for me. I only knew Cactus Jack when he showed up to do like feuds with Triple H. Nothing more than that.
We still use the song. I mean, okay. Anyway, let's see. Next one. Okay. Let's see. This should be an easy one, but again, I can't underestimate you not picking it up. But here we go. Please tell me you know that one.
All right. Well, this is the Full Nelson Press podcast. I don't know.
You seriously don't know that one?
I don't.
You suck.
Oh my God.
You suck.
Is that
you suck? Oh yeah, and you suck. And by the way, I'm telling you.
That's because there were all right. In my defense, there were no horns, so.
I mean, the notes are the notes, man. What the hell?
I don't know. No horns, and I can't do it.
Okay. Next one. Let's see. This one you should be able to pick up. I mean, the modern WWE, or I guess not modern, but any WWE fan that's been watching since the Attitude Era, any point since the Attitude Era, should be able to pick this one up. Okay, here we go. Let's see.
That one I know.
Yes.
That's Mick Foley, Mankind.
Yes.
Yes, I got one.
Yes.
I got one. All right, I'm 1 for 16, everybody. 1 for 16.
16? Do you know what the actual number is? I can't remember.
I don't know. Someone can look that up, but they won't.
Okay, and here's a bonus one for you. Like this one, you should also be able to. By the way, what type of music do you listen to? Like outside of wrestling themes or?
I listen to a lot of Adam Warrock and shit like that. It's nerdcore is my kind of music.
Huh. Okay. Well, here's one. Here's one you'll be able to pick up easily.
Yeah.
What's that?
Isn't that Enter Sandman? Isn't that what I said earlier?
Yes, that's it.
All right.
You're 2 for 16 or something.
All right. But now you're just giving me ones. Like next you're just gonna play like, I don't know.
Let's see. How many do we have left? Like 2?
That's 3. I'm giving you 2 more. You got 2 more.
Okay. Let's see. Let me think about that for a moment. Which WWE theme song I can play?
This dead air is brought to you by the Full Nelson Press podcast.
Okay.
Unofficial.
I got it. All right, shut up. I got it. And okay, let's see if you can figure out this one. And so on and so forth. Do you know that one?
Is that Lita?
No, that's not Lita, man. Come on. You could hear Jim Ross over it saying, "Welcome to Monday Night Raw. I'm Jim Ross alongside Jerry the King Lawler."
Oh, that's the opening. I was thinking of a wrestler.
You have a wrestler. Yeah, that's the Raw entrance theme.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Okay, and then for the last one, I'm gonna give you a very easy one. If you don't know this one, I mean, you should stop listening to music altogether.
Probably.
Here we go. I hit that note. Last note was wrong, but come on, please tell me you know that one.
It sounds unremarkably familiar, but I cannot put a name on it.
Do you want me to play it again?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. There we go. I hit the last note right.
I feel like that's a TV show theme. Am
Right?
I right?
Well, no, you're not. No, that's not right.
All right, what is it?
That's Jurassic Park.
Okay, and I just went and saw that. So, okay, all right. All right.
You're missing a part of the brain. Yeah, you're probably missing.
I don't have that. Art is only with a pen and paper for me. Music is a far distance from my mind.
Wait, and by the way, you knew the Star Wars ones. Okay, you have 3 under your belt. Okay, that's
yes.
too bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Victory for me. Well, thank you for listening to the after show. Hope you appreciated this little sound bit. I guess listen to us next week. We probably will record one.
Hopefully.
Yes. Goodbye.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.